me this. Come on. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Swaggy Vaughn, and we back with another video for y'all, man. Today we're gonna do a little story time for y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all how I peed myself when I was at school. Come on. Before y'all even think it was on purpose, like, come on. I ain't just standing up and just. Come on, man. It wasn't even like that. You gotta do what you gotta do, bruh. Yeah. Come on. Some of y'all know what I mean. But I hope y'all enjoy this story time. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. And make sure you enjoy. Get your popcorn and relax. You dig? Alright. So, well, let me show y'all how it happened. Alright. So, first day of school. I'm walking in. Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm in 5th grade. I walk into school. You already know. I had to. You had to hang the book bags up on the little cubby. So I hang my book bag up, and I ran to my desk, ready to work. You already know. But so then, that's when my teacher said, "All right, guys. So we're gonna get our book bags and we're gonna go to the room and we're gonna do math testing." I'm like, man, really, bruh? Come on, not today. I don't even feel like that stuff, bro. I told that teacher, I said, "Do I have to do it?" She said, "Yes, Javon, yes, you have to do it." I said, man. So, she said, "All right, guys, go ahead and get your stuff." So, I get up, I get my book bag. I ain't even put it on all the way because I don't even feel like doing that. I don't even feel like going to school no more. I put on the book bag. I'm like, forget it, bro. Just like, forget it, bro. We get in the math test class. They ain't have the cubbies in the math test class, so I had to put my bag on my seat, bro. Then we sit down. Teacher give you the login code, everything, and then that's when it happened. Man, that's when it happened. We doing the test. I'm answering the test. I don't know if I'm getting it right, but I'm probably not. I'm stupid, boy. But I'm doing the test. I'm like, man, I really hope I don't get none of these wrong. Then that's when it happened. Oh, shoot. Oh, but I had to pee. Man. Now I tell you, ain't no little pee like this pee was like, I ain't did it in like hours, bruh. Like this pee like days. I was like, oh shoot. "Excuse me, can I go to the restroom?" She said, "No, I'm sorry, Javon. You cannot go to the restroom while we're testing." I said, "Bro, I really have to go to the restroom." She said, "Sorry." I said, "Okay." I'm holding my stuff. Click. 5 questions later, I said, shoot, boy. I said, raise my hand again. I said, "Excuse me." I said, "Can I please go to the restroom? I have to go really bad. It's an emergency." She said, "I'm sorry, Javon. I'm not going to tell you this again. You can't go. I'm sorry." I said, "Man, but I gotta pee." Everybody started looking at me. I said, "Oh, shoot." I went back, answered my questions. Then that's when it happened, bro. I couldn't hold it no more. So I got up. I said, I'm about to walk. I'm like this. I'm about to walk to the bathroom. Then that's when I feel it a little bit coming out. Oh, shoot, boy. I ran back to my seat. I ran back to my seat. I get to my seat. I said, excuse me, can I please go to the bathroom? I had to ask her one more time. She said, no, Javon, I'm sorry. She said, it's almost done. Just hurry up and finish. So I said, okay. I finished my test. I'm just sitting there. I'm like this, rocking back and forth. Please don't let me pee. 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 Literally over and over, bro. My dude right beside me said, hey, buddy. I said, oh, I gotta pee. He said, bro. He said, it's a trash can. I said, come on. This man told me it was a trash can. I said, okay, bro. So I'm over here still stuck, bro. you know, you shaking up. Ooh. Oh, shaking. I gotta be. Boy, that's when it happened. I said, I ain't had to pee no more. I said, what? Okay. Map testing was over. That's when I looked down. My friend looked at me and said, my other friend said, and I said, it was soaked, bruh. It was soaked. I said, oh, when we got up, bruh, it dripped through on a chair, bro. That's how soaked it was, bruh. It was, my pee was like sitting on a chair, like some water, like someone spilled some water on a chair, bro. It was sitting there. So you know, I wait till everybody get up. She said, "Come on, Javon." I said, I hit her. Push that out the seat. I had to push that out the seat so nobody see that. So nobody seen that. I put on my, I pushed the seat in. I got my book bag, and I look at that seat, and I said, man, so you know I'm walking. My pants is soaked, bro. My pants is soaked. So I'm just walking like, dude, this is about to be embarrassing. So then, that's when this girl, bro, I tell y'all, bro, she is so cute, bro. Come on, you know, I'm in 5th grade, so, you know, I ain't had the best taste, you know, and she probably wasn't even cute. But we're gonna give her a name. We're gonna name her, Zendaya. Yeah, Zendaya. So Zendaya walked up to me and said, hey, Javon. You know, I'm nervous, boy. I said, hey. I said, hey, Zendaya, how you doing? She said, I'm good. She said, how'd you do your math test? Man, bro, I ain't even get a good score. I ain't even gonna cap with y'all. I said, but you know, it's her girl. I had to do what I had to do. So I said, I did really good. That's where I messed up. She said, oh, thanks. She said, that's good. She said, well, since you're really good, I said, oh, let me ask. I said, will you go out with me? Yes, I said that. Boy, I can't believe I even said that. Bro, I don't know what was going through my head. She said, yes, I said. Man. So I hit that. Okay, hey, I wasn't happy in it no more. But you know, I couldn't do that in front of her. So I said, oh, thank you. I gave her a hug. She walked out. And then she turned around. She said, Javon, why are you dripping? I said, boom! I took off, boy. I got home. That's as far as we're gonna go right there. But I hope y'all enjoyed this story time by Swaggy Vaughn. You know, I hope y'all enjoyed it. You know, it was a movie But if y'all want a second story time about Zendaya, comment down below and say y'all want story time part 2 about Zendaya. But I hope y'all like this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy Swaggy Vaughn, and we out.